Hello there, I'm glad that you clicked on this video. Guess what? There are some of the decisions that you can make in life and get to regret the rest of your life. This may be a 14 minutes video but can save you millions of money and can as well get you to get the best decision out there. So all what you need to do is to watch this video to the end because I'm going to discuss with you the 3 worst ideas in Kenya in this 2023 and get to see what exactly it entails. All what you need to do is sit back and relax. Guess what? I always post a video each and every day discussing about investment, businesses, saving money, and all those kind of things. If you don't want to miss any of future of my good videos, do this. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free of charge. Down below there on your right, there is a button written subscribe. It is in black. It's a very small one. Turn that notification bell as well and like this video. By only doing that, a whole YouTube will notify you whenever I upload a new good video. Yes, I know you're looking forward to getting what are these 3 worst decisions that I can actually do or worst ideas I can do in Kenya in this 2023. All right, so let's get into this business. Now, let me tell you one thing. We cannot bury our heads into the sand. The fact remains a lot of people are complaining about our economies are actually taking a very big hit. People are complaining that the lifestyle, or rather what we call the survival mechanism, have actually increased in terms of the pricing and all those kind of things, stretching all the way from the food to clothing to housing to transport and everything. So there is a complaint not only in Kenya but globally. So if you can actually go ahead and make a wrong decision, bearing in mind where our economy is, then you can live to regret. Now, the very first idea that is very worst for you to do, and you should not even think about it, is to take a loan to start a business that you do not understand. Or you just take a loan to start a business that you're passionate about, but you don't understand it. This is a question that I always receive from a variety of guys and telling me, hey, you know what, Joseph, I would love to start a business. I am passionate about starting a cosmetic business. I am passionate about starting, hey, guess what, a wholesale, whatever the business that is out there that you're passionate about. And then you do not have that tangible cash. You do not have a liquid money that you've saved by yourself. So the only alternative that they're looking for is to get that loan or that money on a loan form. You show up to a bank or a SACCO, probably maybe you have a very good credit score, you secure that loan, whichever amount of money that you have, you go start that business that you're passionate about it. There is nothing wrong with you being passionate about that business, but there is everything wrong with you starting that business only when you rely on your passion without you understanding the nitty-gritties of that given business, all right? Say you've been employed, you get out of the employment, there you are, and you're starting a business. Let's say it's a salon business, it's a cosmetic business, it's a hardware, it's everything. Just because probably you have seen your friend or friends doing it and they have actually told you they're successful in that given business. There you are, you get that loan, you start that business. Probably they promise you that, hey, guess what? You just go grab that loan. We're gonna show you, we're gonna handhold you and take you through step by step and show you how to go about it. Let me tell you one thing. If there is a worst thing that you can ever do in business with partnership is to do something that is called trust. Trust is the horrible word that you can never use or engage when you're doing business. So I would say this, it's good to be passionate about a certain given business, but go beyond passion. Go to a point whereby now you can look for nitty-gritties, the understandings, the way about that given business, so that at least by the time you're putting your money into that given business, you already know this is what is expected of me and this is how I can grow the business. This is how I go about it. If you go out there, grab a loan, start a business that you're passionate about it, at the end of the day, it's not you who is buying in that business or from that business. There are other people. So first of all, consider the ground. Consider what that product that you're selling out there or a service that you're offering out there. Does it have a market? Does it have what we call a feasibility? Did you do what you call the feasibility study to understand the all presentation of that given market? All right. Number 2, as well, understand all the financial aspect of that given business. Guess what? If you do have a problem with management, then when it comes to business, you're going to get yourself into problems. Have you ever met somebody who is very good at business? They're making good amount of money in that they are given business, but the problem is they do not have the best management skills. You get the money, but it slips out of your hands and you never see it again. So do not only be controlled or be motivated to start a business that you are solely passionate about it without you understanding the nitty-gritties of that given business. So go step further. And sometimes I always tell people, sometimes you don't have to start a business that you're passionate about. Yeah, I know some motivational speakers tells you, hey, go ahead, start at something that you're passionate about it. Even if you don't get customers, you can still push it out there and out there. Let me tell you one thing. The reality of life is this, or the reality of the business is this. Go start that what you know it will sell. You may be passionate about spa, business, fashion, and what have you, but where you are, a lot of constructions are going on. How about you get your hand into the construction industry and start selling and supplying construction materials? Tell me somebody who is passionate about stones and sand, but they make a killing out of that. They make a living out of that. So be reasonable when it comes to that. Guess what? Now we go to the point number 20. This is kind of interesting for me, all right? Guess what it is? You cutting or quitting your job you don't love to start a business that you don't understand. Let me just read that once again. You're quitting your job that you don't love to start a business that you don't understand. At the end of the day, you are it's like getting yourself from a frying pan into the fire. You don't understand. Yeah, you don't love the job. Probably over 80% of people don't love their jobs, right? You're quitting that what you don't love to start what you don't understand. Those are kind of the same world, right? Because you don't want to look as if you're employed, because probably you did listen somebody somewhere saying, hey, look for your whatever, look for your passion, start a business. That's the best way you can make money. All those kind of things. Stop working for somebody. All those, it's good to have the motivation inside of you, but as well in the same time, incorporate what we call the actualities, the realities of life, just to be real a little bit for yourself. And then from there, you can be able to understand. There is no problem with you starting a business when you're still doing your job. What I can advise you to do, just start your business at the sideline of your job. All right, don't quit your job yet, because you don't know. This is a business that has not yet established itself. Start your business at the sideline, still continue doing your job, because that job can actually sustain all your life, because actually it has been sustaining your life, meaning all the utilities, the rents and what have you, the day-to-day activities that you need to fund them. So you need to understand them. So when you're starting your job or you're starting your business at the sideline, you can go ahead, you can either employ somebody, you can be able to be seen in that business at the evening. Sometimes you can even start, let's say for example, you're out there and you're employed as a HR. You can start your job online. There you don't need any license, you don't need any permit, you don't need you don't need to set up your office on. All what you need is your house, is your room. And then say, hey, guess what? First of all, for you to start such kind of a side hustle, you need to present yourself as a valuable individual. Maybe you work in a banking system. You know something about finance. 1, 2, 3. Maybe you are a teacher. It's something that you can teach people. Maybe you're out there, you are a lawyer. A lot of people don't understand the law services. You can come there, create a channel whereby you can talk to people, tell them, hey, you know what? Once you get yourself in such a problem, this is how you get yourself out. This is how you do this. If you want to buy a land, this is how you go about it. This is how all those kind of things. Even if you're a police officer, you can be this kind of an individual who tells people, hey, you know what, guys, we don't hate you civilians. This is what we do. This is how we go our things and all those kind of things. And guess what? You can just make a business out of that given thing. So this mentality of people believing that you have to have a physical presentation for you to actually start a business is overly not true. You can actually start a business over the virtual, because let me tell you one thing. I know this one may be a little bit hard for the our fellow what should I say, like old people, and I'm sorry to use that term, because to them, they cling to the traditional way of doing their business. But the young guys, they understand very well where we are heading right now. Not actually where we are heading. Where we are right now, we are already on what we call an AI technological side, such something of sort. All right. So it is good to make sure that you start your business at the sideline, and then from there, unless maybe your business requires a physical presentation. Maybe let's say you want to start that hardware. Of course, you cannot do that thing online unless maybe you're doing the sales and marketing of your business or advertising your business. But you need a physical store where people can actually come, or other logistical issues where you're supplying all those materials. So the point is this: start your business at the sideline of your job, and then from there, once you realize that now your business is somewhere, the passive amount of money that you're earning is equivalent to that what you're getting from your job. At that particular point, you can quit. Why? If you quit, then you can sustain the normal life that you've been having. So the point is this: until where the the money that you're getting as a passive income equates, or it's equivalent to that what you've been getting from conventional job that you've been employed. Or it may not be exactly at par, but it is promising. If you can put a little bit of effort, then it can skyrocket and actually surpass that what you've been getting from your job. So those are the only function or factors that you're supposed to consider before quitting your job to actually starting a business at the side end. I can actually give you several guys who quit their job out there and then they went and started a business, and they're actually really straining out there. Some of them, I know, maybe probably you have an example of guys who actually did quit their job and they started and they are successful. Those cases are always available and they are there to prove me wrong. But the fact is, those are the chances that you can't fully rely on when it comes to business and investment. Because I always tell you, when it comes to wealth creation, it is intentional. It's something that you do intentionally to get something. It's like seeing somebody with muscles and you think that they do, or they just happen. No, they did that intentionally. All right. The last one, but not the least, is that the idea of let it come what it may. All right, meaning that the free budget life, you're living in a freestyle life, an ignoratic kind of a lifestyle, or ignoratic kind of an approach of life. Yeah, and I've seen this with a lot of people who quote unquote have kind of lost hope. They say, hey, you know what? I earn 10K, 15, 20, 30K. I don't think it's even necessary to have myself a budget. I mean, is it even necessary to have a budget of, having a budget of 30K? What was the importance of that? Yeah, I've actually seen this with a lot of people who believe that budgeting is for the money that it's quite high. And I don't know what they mean by it's quite high. So the point is this: stop living in a free life, meaning that you don't even, sometimes you ask somebody, how much do you set aside for your food? They tell you, I think it's around, so whenever I hear that, that kind of really pushes me off, because you have to understand exactly, this is the amount of money that I set aside in terms of the food. This is the amount of money I set aside in terms of what we call the house rent. But for rent, a lot of people understand it because you have to do it monthly, all right? For that one, I have no problem. Where they don't understand is about electricity, it's about the food, it's about the clothing, entertainment, black tax, and all those kind of things. They don't understand. But when it comes to rent and school fees, they understand exactly how it goes about. So go beyond about that and understand exactly what are your numbers. Understand your numbers very well. Because if you don't understand your numbers, one day you're thinking like, hey, you're getting 30K, so probably things will fall into place, and maybe things will be different once you get your 100K. It will never work that. The same character that you had when you're earning that 30K, 20K is the same character that you're gonna do or have or incorporate when you earn yourself 100K. It's like changing the market, or rather the forest, but the monkey is still the same. Gonna do the tree and tree jumping, all right? So guess what, guys? That's the end of my videos. And guess what? Perhaps you feel like, hey, you know what, Joseph, that was an amazing information that I've actually shared out there. But I'm wondering, I wanted to start an investment, but I do not know what and how. Guess what? What I have for you are booklets about investments. I have booklets about shares. I have booklets about money market fund, treasury bills, treasury bonds. Each copy is 280 Kenyan shillings. You can grab me. I'll grab my number from the description of this video. Give me a call or a text on my WhatsApp. You get your copy. Or perhaps if you're looking forward into having authentic, real and raw information consultation with me, either one-on-one or via call, I offer those services at a price of a coffee. Only affordable out there. All right, so give me that call, grab that number from my description of this video, give me that call, and we can have a conversation. For now, it's a goodbye, and see you in the next one. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you there.